Hello, folks. This is Joe from MIGeekScene. I'm here at Cherry Capital Comic Con with Rich Bloom, comic book artist, graphic designer, and illustrator. How are you doing, Rich?
Not too bad, man. How are you?
Not too bad. Rich has been on my radar for quite some time. I'm not blowing smoke, dude. I promise. But it's like I've met him. I actually first started talking to him was last year at C4.
Yeah,
and he was a cool dude, and that put him on the list to eventually be interviewed by yours truly. I don't know if that's like a Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame, depending on how you're looking at it. But yes, I was looking forward to interviewing Rich. So, how's the weekend been for you?
Good, dude. It's been awesome. Had a good time.
Well, since you are a graphic designer, illustrator, and you do work with comics and stuff like that, generally ask this question to comic book artists. What was your first exposure to comics?
First exposure was it's kind of hard. It was either Batman or some old Looney Tunes comics that homesick one day and my mom bought me a stack of comics and it was all downhill from there.
Was it really all downhill from there?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right, you're going to have to forgive me for reading this next question because I had to type this one out.
It's all right.
You provided design layouts for comics such as C.O.W.L, or C.O.W.L, and Hadrian's Wall, both by Kyle Higgins. Since I don't know squat about design, can you walk me through the process? Is it collaborative?
A little bit. Actually, Kyle was just like, hey, I need some work done. We'd met previously, talked about some stuff, and basically what I'm doing is the non-sequential art, so like all the title pages, the IFC, which is like the inside front cover, letters column, making the whole comic kind of a cohesive experience. So, because like I did a full like 2-page title spread in C.O.W.L that incorporated design, like kind of 60s looking design, because the whole comic's set in the 60s.
Yes, so, I've read both volumes.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, just kind of making everything kind of all flow together and tying the whole comic together.
Well, I mean, I thought Kyle was pretty cool. I do wish it would come back. Since you're friends with Kyle, do you think it might possibly come back?
I mean, there's always a chance. They told the story, Kyle and Alec told the story they wanted to tell, and then have moved on. And those characters have been with them for a long time, because they also did a movie as a kind of a project in college, excuse me, that a lot of those characters were based off of. And so, like I said, they've had those characters with them for a while, so they were kind of ready to move on. But it's not to say they won't come back and revisit that world.
Because I feel like they left some things open for the future.
Yeah.
For Hadrian's Wall, I take it like they liked your work so much on Cowboy, like, yeah, let's just bring this dude back.
I guess I fooled them into thinking it was good, I guess.
Whoa, spare me.
No, it was fun. It was great because the whole team that did Cowboy, we just basically the whole team came on to Hadrian's Wall and kept going. So even though C.O.W.L ended, our relationship didn't end, and we just kept moving on to tell new stories. So it was fun, and I was really honored to be brought along with them and still being able to do stuff.
Okay, you also have a website called, I want to say, Retrobot Art. I mean, at first I thought it was Retro Robot, but it's not.
Retrobot Art.
Well, please talk about it.
It's frequently updated. I update it at least once a year.
But what is it that you focus on that website?
It's kind of a place for me to have another outlet for displaying my work, potentially getting commissions and getting more work. It's almost like a portfolio site, essentially.
But why retro style robots? I think they're pretty cool.
Thanks, man. I've always loved robots. They're fun to draw. I'm doing a year's worth of robots right now, just for kind of an exercise, basically. But I've always loved like the retro style robots, like 50s and 60s, like Atomic Age, just the weird curves and the weird fun designs that people came up with then. And it's kind of fun to emulate that.
Do you have any favorite robots from any medium of entertainment, like movies and animation?
Yeah. I love a lot of the mecha from anime.
Okay.
Technically not robots, but
I would say that they're robots. Granted, yes, they're piloted by human beings.
Yeah, but I do love that. But Iron Giant, probably one of my favorites.
Okay, what about like Gundams?
I like Gundam, but Gundam is one of those universes where I have I've watched random episodes, so I never know what's going on.
Oh, that's true,
but
dude. You can't just jump in at any episode.
Oh no, and there's so many versions of Gundam. It's kind of hard to know where to start. But I do love the designs. I love it's like Shoji Kawamori, I think.
That
I think he was the mecha designer on that.
My geekdom runs deep, dude, but not that far, not to that point. Like Gundams wasn't like the ones that I mainly focus on as far as like anime goes. I mean, I only own 2 series.
He's a big mecha designer for anime, so I think some of the Gundam designs were from him.
Okay,
if I'm not wrong.
The only series that I actually own as far as Gundam goes is G Gundam, which would never ever broadcast today. That is just so far out there, but it's hilarious. Burning Finger, Shining Finger too, and also Gundam Wing.
That's like that's the only Gundam that I've really ever seen was Gundam Wing, because it was on Toonami.
Same here. I mean, Toonami got me into a lot of series, and
for sure.
G Gundam was on Toonami or Adult Swim, one of the two. But
one of them.
We'll get into anime a little bit later, sir.
Excellent.
Just hold your
I'm
horses.
so excited. Come on, Joe. That's what we bonded over.
Yes, that's true. We bonded over anime last year. Now, obviously, I purchased a commission off of you, and you obviously go around to Comic-Cons and whatnot, and you provide commissions for a fee, of course, never for free. People don't ask for a comic artist just to draw something elaborate and then lowball them with like $5. You know, at least offer Tree Fitty. That's the right. Only dress as the Loch Ness monster. That's the only way that'll be acceptable. They probably won't give you the commission, but still.
It's entertaining.
What are some of the weirdest commissions that have been requested of you?
I had to draw a hand once for this dude.
Don't talk about that yet. That has not been revealed to the public.
But no, I'm trying to think, man.
I mean, I saw a weird commission on your site.
What was that one? I've had to do. I did a commission for someone's 60th birthday as 60 Man. They wanted 60 Man. It was fun.
Oh, I saw that.
But it was like their likeness, but in Iron Man, and the guy had also graduated from U of M, so it was like a blue and yellow Iron Man suit. That was pretty fun.
That was a pretty cool piece.
I did. It wasn't really a commission. I was just screwing around, but I did the Loch Ness monster. Not Loch Ness monster. Creature from the Black. Just talking about it's in my head. I did the creature from the Black Lagoon as Michigan J. Frog from the Hello, my baby, hello.
Yes.
So I was just goofing around one day. We were at a horror con, and I needed something to draw, and it was like a kind of a side joke with Trico and Josh Werner.
Okay.
So we were just goofing around, and I came up with that idea, and I drew it, and somebody actually bought it, which was the more crazy part.
That's awesome.
So what was the weird commission that you saw that I've done?
I do have to read this. Did Travis McIntyre request a picture of him riding Cykill from the Go Watch show?
Actually, no. That also was from the deep pits of my imagination, and I just decided to draw Travis riding Cykill from the GoBots.
Oh, I'm sorry, Travis, when you're watching this. Big Money McIntyre, that's how I'm supposed to refer to you at all times.
You better edit that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sorry, sir. I won't make eye contact with you in the future.
Maybe you can just dub it in later, like, and Big Money McIntyre.
That would be great. Like, you see my lips pause, and then all of a sudden, Big Money McIntyre.
Little screen freezes.
Every single time I refer to it.
But it's got to be, like, the ADR has to be way off, so it's like the volume has to be much higher.
Yes.
Than what this is recorded at.
I'm almost tempted to do that. I don't know, but
Please
then they
do.
would screw. I possibly might. All right, you're a musician yourself. Let's talk about that.
Cool. Yeah, I've been playing music for a really long time.
Your wife told me that you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Yes.
Bass,
true.
guitar, flugelhorn by chance?
Flugelhorn? No.
Oh, okay. I was just joking on that.
Did you say flugelhorn? I just happen to have mine right here. Perfect segue. No, I play bass. I play guitar. Those are the two instruments that I've been playing the longest. I started both at the same time. But I play a little bit of keys, drums, harmonica, banjo, sing. I think that's it.
All right, well then, if we're going to stick with music, influential bands and artists.
Influential bands, The Clash. I grew up on a lot of Ramones and Clash.
Okay. What about Bad Brains?
A little bit of Bad Brains, but I was never into them as much. Just like my sphere of influence was more of like Yeah, like I said, like Clash, more like the street punk and like some of the English punk stuff, like Sex Pistols.
Okay.
That's kind of if you were a punk kid, you listen to the Sex Pistols, Dead Kennedys.
Hollywood and Cambodia, sir. No. That's not Hollywood and Cambodia. Holiday in Cambodia. Sorry.
Yes, I was like,
my goodness.
It's like that doesn't sound right.
No. Sorry.
I'll just go with it for you.
No. Sorry.
But no, then I mean, Rancid was a huge. Matt Freeman from Rancid is a phenomenal bass player. He's the reason I started playing bass.
Okay.
And he's so good, I should have just stopped playing bass because I'm like, man, I'll never be that good. But now I basically learned to play bass listening to Rancid and learning bass lines from Rancid, and then I kind of went from there. So I'm self-taught on all the instruments that I played.
Okay. Oddly enough, I was recently talking with another artist about old AFI, like when they first started.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Answer That and Stay Fashionable when they were punk.
Dude, Answer That and Stay Fashionable, and very proud of you. I love, like, Secret Ninja on the album is, like, one of my favorite songs.
Three of my favorite songs from AFI are Serial Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Rizzo in the Box, which I would have to say is my favorite AFI song, and Key Lime Pie.
That's on Answer That and Stay Fashionable, isn't it?
Yeah, all of them are
yeah.
on Answer That and Stay Fashionable. I mean, I've enjoyed AFI all the way up until...
Sing the Sorrow was where they changed. I mean, they were getting darker as
Black Sails in the Sunset. I felt they were starting to change around that
Black
too.
Sails. And even,
The third season, that's another good song too.
Even like it was like Open Your Mouth and Shut Your Eyes. I think it's one of those. It's either that or the other way around. But that album was starting to get like, they were still kind of punk, but they were like, you could see the progression.
I mean, a few years ago they were coming to Grand Rapids, and I was checking out the set list. I was almost tempted to go. You know, I was like, well, probably I'm hoping to hear like maybe one old school punk song, but they don't perform that stuff anymore, and that's.
I don't know. I kind of lost it after that, but lost.
Fair enough.
Following them, I still have some of the albums, and there's some good songs on there.
For
but
sure.
Yeah, I miss the old punk AFI.
That's never coming back, dude.
No.
Don't hold your breath. Not happening.
I mean, I can still just listen to it myself and not pretend the other stuff didn't happen.
All right, your one fun thing that we bonded over was that you're into anime. Favorite anime series or movies?
Cowboy Bebop. That's a no-brainer for me. I watched that so many times on Toonami, just over and over and over again.
I probably own it on DVD and Blu-ray.
Nice. I don't have it on Blu-ray, but I do have it on. It's one of the few anime series that I own.
Oh, I own plenty of anime series. This is how nerdy I go into Cowboy Bebop, and that's going to segue into the next question, too. I own all the soundtracks, like all 11 discs of the soundtrack.
Oh, that's awesome.
Including the Music for Freelance remix album. I own C.O.W.L Scrolls. I own the 2 volumes of manga that were a spin-off of that.
That's awesome. I've always wanted to read the manga, but I haven't read it yet.
It may very short, very small. I might lend it to you sometime. You know, it's really easy read, you know. I own the movie, of course. So this is going to tie into the next question related to Cowboy Bebop. You're like a psychic, sir. Favorite episodes?
Oh, man. Favorite episodes of Cowboy Bebop? I mean, some of the filler episodes, which was most of the series, but they're all good filler.
Well, I don't know. Would you really consider them filler if there was like they weren't based off of the manga and this is just?
I mean, yeah, it still progressed, but like you never really, you never really saw what was really happening with like till like the later episodes with Spike and.
Fair enough. I was like, oh yeah, we're having a deep analytical conversation about Cowboy Bebop right now, bro.
But
I'm sorry for derailing you. So, anyways,
no, you're fine, man.
Some of your filler episodes.
I love the was it Heavy Metal
Queen?
Yeah, that one's a really fun one.
Victoria Terpskide.
Yeah, I love that one. When Ed meets her dad, that was pretty good. Her dad was just as spastic as her, and I'm like, that's perfect.
Oh my goodness. You mean so? Who's Ed? You mean Edward Wong Hapepelu Tarufsky IV?
I'm impressed that you know the whole name, dude. That's
oh
awesome.
My goodness, of it. I recently lent that series to a friend who's never watched anime. She hasn't watched it yet, but she's watched a little bit of anime. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna watch one series, this is the one. Just at least watch up to the 5th episode, Ballad of Fallen Angels. That's one of my favorite episodes. When Spike first meets Vicious, That's all I'm saying, folks who haven't seen it. But like the scene in the church is just, it's amazing, all the way up until the end of the episode.
That whole series was good, honestly. It really is hard to pick a favorite because it's like I could just pick any random episode and watch and be totally content.
Have you watched Space Dandy?
I haven't. I do want to see it.
There are some references to Cowboy Bebop.
That's awesome.
Like,
you guys were just talking about it last night. So
you
reminded
will
me to...
find out what happens to the refrigerator.
Oh, nice. I did hear something about that.
I won't spoil it, but you will find out what happens to the refrigerator from Toys in the Attic, that episode.
There's a great anime podcast that I listen to. I listen to a lot of podcasts and
feel free
and
to plug
a ton of
them.
music. But usually while I'm working, I listen to a lot of that stuff or driving. But yeah, there's a anime podcast called Anime Addicts Anonymous.
Okay.
AAA podcast. It is fantastic. I've listened to a ton of. They have like 300 some episodes. They've been around for a while. They know what they're doing, and they give like great reviews. So that's how I found a lot of newer anime.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of mediocre newer anime. So
With
I found
huge
some good
fandoms, and I'm like,
yeah.
and I'm no anime elitist, but there's just some stuff I check out. I'm like, okay, awesome. I won't knock you for it, but it's not my bag.
Yeah.
Speaking of other fandoms, you're a huge Legend of Zelda fan.
That's very
Favorite game?
Ooh.
I know, dude. I know.
Ooh. Probably A Link to the Past.
Nice. Very solid.
I've played through that one probably the most of all of them. That's the one I've played through the most times.
I would dare say that that's my favorite one out of the entire series. Although, have you played Breath of the Wild?
I haven't because I don't have a new Wii. I don't even have a Wii U.
I don't have a Switch. I purposely bought a Wii U from a dude that I know through MIGeekScene. He sold me a Wii U, 32 gig Wii U, along with Wind Waker HD for $170.
I'm jealous. That's an underrated one, I think. I loved Wind Waker. I
me
loved the
too.
art style on it. It was fun. I think the only one I've never actually beaten is Majora's Mask.
I beat that one. I enjoyed that.
I started replaying it recently because I have like the Master Edition thing from on the GameCube. So it's got a bunch of...
Oh, no kidding, you got that. Because like for the GameCube, I bought Ocarina of Time with the Master Edition. I hated it. I mean, people are like, you can flame me all you want, but I hated Ocarina of Time because of the camera system. Because I played Wind Waker first, then I went to Ocarina of Time, and it was the Fire Temple when I had to jump on that button, jump off, and then run up those little steps to get the hammer before the fire enclosed around the treasure chest. And I kept falling off due to the shoddy camera work.
That was tough.
I was
It was
so
hard to get used to.
incensed. I mean, I never played the 3DS version, but I heard that was way better.
See, I never played any of... I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say that that's the only one I've never beaten because I never played any of the handheld. I never got into handheld stuff.
Oh, the Minish Cap's pretty good, dude.
I've heard. I actually bought a Wii
And
just for Skyward Sword when that came out. That's the only reason I own
Oh
a
yeah,
Wii.
Skyward Sword's a quality game too.
It took a little while to get
dump
into,
on it,
but I liked it. After I got into it, I really liked it.
I would recommend if you really like A Link to the Past, play A Link Between Worlds. That is solid. That's legitimately like a 3D version of A Link to the Past.
Nice.
It's a great game. And like if you do the side quests, you will get so super overpowered, it's ridiculous.
See, the problem with side quests is they are all I end up doing. I get sucked into side quests. I'm playing...
Well, then don't play Breath of the Wild, dude. You'll be there for a long time.
I've heard. That's why I'm
It's so
excited
good.
about it. Because like in the hours and hours of free time that I have in my life, which is like an hour a month maybe, I'll sit down and I've been playing. Oh my gosh, my mind just went blank. It's part of the Elder Scrolls. Why am I forgetting the stupid
Skyrim?
name? Yeah, Skyrim.
Never played it, but I know what you're talking
Well,
about.
because all I had in my head was Oblivion. Because I started playing Oblivion because my buddy was like, "Dude, you love Zelda? You should play Oblivion." So I started playing it. I'm like, man, this is awesome. And then I started playing Skyrim, and I'm still playing it. And it's taking me forever to get through. Because one, I side quest myself like crazy, and two,
Expansions?
well, I have all the expansions, but
Okay.
I still never have time to play. So when I sit down, I'm like, I got like an hour, and I end up like doing a side quest, and I'm like, well, I'm still no further in this game.
Fair enough. All right, as we're winding this down, if people wanted to check out more of your work online, where could they find you?
I am on the social medias. I'm on Twitter at Rich E Bloom.
Okay.
Instagram is RetroBotArt. Website is retroboutart.com, and I think I have a Tumblr that is basically a Instagram dump. And
Fair enough.
Facebook is facebook.com/retroboutart.
Okay. And last question for you. What would you like to say to your fans throughout the years? And yes, you do have fans. Besides me.
Oh, man. Just thank you, because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without support. And I've met a lot of great people doing this, and that's one of the best things about doing conventions, just all the people that I've met and seeing how supportive people are. So just a huge thank you.
All right, Rich. Thank you so much for this interview.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Well, folks, this is Joe from MIGeekScene here with Rich Bloom at Cherry Capital Comic Con. Take it easy.